Hey Eagle fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into Philadelphia Eagles Now, and today, let's go and answer a bunch of mailbag questions that you guys have submitted for me. A lot of really good ones. We're going to dive into these one at a time. Before I say this, though, all of these mailbag questions were submitted by subscribers because I didn't ask for a mailbag call on an actual video like I normally do. Instead, if you go to our official Philadelphia Eagles Now YouTube page, you click the little thing below me, and go to community, we post a lot of stuff on there as well. It's like a little Eagles forum, and that's where I ask the question. So if you're subscribed, you probably saw that. That's why you got your question answered. So be sure that you guys are subscribed. Ohana Means Family says, think the Eagles need to sign another linebacker after Jatavis Brown reportedly retired. Well, he has retired officially. I mean, that's official in terms of submitted, signed, sealed, delivered to the National Football League. And your depth chart as it sits is not good. And so, yes, the simple answer is, yeah, they should go out and find somebody else. You got Nathan Gary, TJ Edwards, and Alex Singleton as your three starters. You kind of go, ooh, man, I would love to have a better linebacker. They should have drafted a linebacker earlier than Sean Bradley late in the NFL draft, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, yes, they do need to go out and find another linebacker. The problem is, what one are they going to get? Because it's easy to say, yeah, go find somebody else. Oh, yeah, go find somebody to trade with. Go find a free agent. The problem is the free agent linebacker market is trash. We talked about this. You want Mark Barron, Alec Ogletree, 4-year-old Wesley Woodyard, former Eagle Paul Warlow, Michael Kendricks, who, of course, everybody wants the Eagles to sign right now, but he could still face jail time, so that's kind of a big issue, right? Jail, right, versus actually playing. There just is not a good notable free agent that makes a lot of sense. If you want to bring in somebody for depth, then sure, go get a Mark Barron, go get an Alec Ogletree, maybe a Wesley Woodyard, but in honesty, the Eagles are going to remain with the exact same depth chart as we just showed you, and they're going to count on either Davion Taylor or Sean Bradley to step up as a rookie, which is a massive, massive ask, but it's been proven in the National Football League that rookie linebackers sometimes can play really, really well. It's been proven the past couple of years. I'm very excited to see what Sean Bradley can do. He's played at Lincoln Financial Field, playing obviously in Pennsylvania for Temple. In Philadelphia for Temple, for that matter. He's a great linebacker who really just got overshadowed in the draft because he played at Temple versus playing at other big-name colleges. I think he could actually play a significant role in the Eagles, not only starting defense, but on special teams as well as a rookie. Now, not guaranteed he's going to start, but he might be inserted in there if you see TJ Edwards or Alex Singleton really struggle from a linebacker position. Maybe Duke Riley plays well. I don't know. Maybe Davion Taylor, who I'm not big on, could actually play well as well. But just this idea of going to get another free agent linebacker, those are not any good ones, so I would not expect the Eagles to go out and get one of those. Now, how confident are you guys in the Eagles' linebacking core from a scale of 1 to 10? Okay, I'm at like a 3 right now. I'm not very confident in the Eagles' linebacker core. I hope they prove me wrong, but if you're confident, put 10. If you're not confident, if you're not confident at all, then put 1. I'm somewhere, at the 3 or 4 range. Let me know at the pinned comment. See me down below in the comment section. Moving on, next question. Zesty Steak Sauce says, are we good at running back, or should we trade for Leonard Fournette? We're good at running back, and there's no way that they're going to trade Leonard Fournette to us. Just, I know contract stuff and blah, blah, blah. No, they're not going to trade Leonard Fournette because right now, if you're Jacksonville, he's probably your best player on offense, even though he is expensive. They're fine at running back. Trust me, they're fine at running back. Miles Sanders is running back number 1. You really wouldn't want Fournette on the football team because it's going to take carries away from what I think is going to be a fantastic second year by Miles Sanders. We chronicled this like every single day on Philadelphia Eagles Now, how great I think Miles Sanders is going to be. And with that, Corey Clement and Boston Scott are both going to be viable number 2 options. It would take too much to trade for Leonard Fournette. He's had too many injury issues, despite the fact he's been pretty good the past couple of seasons. 1,000-yard rusher last year. I guess saying it would be bad to pair him with Miles Sanders is kind of ignorant because, he's better than Boston Scott technically, but I don't see it happening. They're not going to trade for Leonard Fournette. We're good at running back. Don't worry about it. Big Play Slay says, if we sign a player left on the market, who do you think it'll be? Well, I thought it was going to be Everson Griffen, and the horrible news that we woke up to is that Everson Griffen is a Dallas Cowboy, which honestly, it's a really good signing for Dallas. I hate to say it, but it is. And I think Philadelphia should have gone for Everson Griffen, and that leaves some other options. Now, the problem is that Griffen on the Cowboys' defensive line is really, really good, right? I mean, they already had DeMarcus Lawrence and McCoy and Poe and Crawford, and now you mix in Griffen, and we'll see what Aldon Smith does. I don't think much, but we'll see. That was a good signing. I mean, I would have loved to see Griffen in the Eagles' defensive line depth chart. I think they should have gone for Griffen. I've said that for weeks. I'd take Griffen over Jadeveon Clowney just because he's cheaper and, in my opinion, a healthier and more proven player the past couple of seasons. So, sure. I mean, you ask what free agents, who could you go get? Clowney is obviously out there. The stats from last year weren't fantastic because he wasn't healthy, but still a big name player. But if If Dallas chose Griffen over Clowney, I think that shows again why Clowney is still a free agent, because there's a lot of question marks in terms of overall health. The other option is Logan Ryan. We've talked about Logan Ryan. I mean, we talked about Clowney and Ryan and Griffen and all these free agents. If Logan Ryan was really that great or wanted to play on a team-friendly deal, he would have been signed by now. The fact that Logan Ryan, one of the top probably 5 cornerbacks in the National Football League in 2019, remains unsigned tells you a lot. Either teams don't trust him for whatever reason, whether it's injury history, from a player perspective, I don't know, or he has some underlying injury issue that is not disclosed to the media and teams know about and they don't want to sign him. So, sure, I mean, Clowney, Logan Ryan, you just insert player name here. But the fact the Eagles have not gotten anybody, I think tells you that they're not looking at anybody right now, and then barring an injury, are going to keep the current roster that they have. I guess if you had to pick one, though, which one would you pick? Would you pick Clowney or Ryan? I think I'd probably still pick Clowney over Ryan because I trust our cornerbacks right now, but I just don't see them getting either of them. But let me know which one you guys would get right now in the comment section. I think the Eagles should play with fans, social distancing, or without fans in the stands. I would go with fans in the stands. My take on this is, here's the deal. There are some teams that are not going to allow fans in the stands. The Jets, Raiders, Giants, Washington, and the Packers have all said, at least for the start of the NFL year, they won't allow fans in the stands. And on one hand, I get that, right? I mean, social distancing is a big deal, and they're trying to obviously curb the pandemic in each of their respective states. On the other hand, the problem is that they keep telling everybody, everyone said, wear a mask and social distance, right? 6 feet. Wear a mask, 6 feet. That's how you stop the spread. Okay, if that is true, then why can't you wear a mask and be 6 feet apart from everybody else in the stands and fill the stands? There's a lot of teams like the Ravens who are going to have like 7,000 to 12,000 people at MNB. What's their stadium called? Whatever, the big crab cake right there in Baltimore. And that's like, okay, but these stands, I mean, Lincoln Financial Field can hold 60,000 people, 65,000 people. You're telling me that you couldn't find a way to fit 30,000 people spaced out 6 feet apart, 20,000 people 6 feet spaced apart? I think that you can. Again, would it be difficult? Do you need to do temperature checks and have people sign waivers and do all this sort of stuff? Yeah, probably, but figure it out. Because if you keep saying mask and distancing works, which I believe that it does, then why can't you wear a mask and be distanced in an outdoor venue 6 feet plus apart from everybody else? Is it foolproof? Could someone get it? Sure, right? I mean, it's probably inevitable. Some fan will get it. The media will cover it. But I think they should 100% let fans be in the stands as long as they're smart and do social distancing. It's just that simple, right? You can't cower in your house forever unless you have some sort of some medical condition. You got to stay safe. If the mask and distancing works, then why not let them go to the NFL stadiums and be masked and distanced, and it's your discretion if you feel safe and comfortable to go. If not, then you don't go, but I guarantee you there are some people out there who would go. I, for one, I would go. If you offer me an Eagles ticket this year and you said I had to wear a mask, distance, and sign a waiver, I'd do it. I mean, that's my personal opinion. I don't know how you feel. That is what I would do. Now, drop a like if you guys would go to an Eagle game this year with those protocols, right? 6 feet distance, wear a mask, and sign a waiver. Would you go to an Eagles game? Give me a like on this video if you would. I mean, listen, you got to wear a mask, then get one of the Eagles masks, right? You could still, think about this. You got your Eagles jersey on, your Eagles hat on, your Eagles mask on. You're going to be fully Eagled out. And we got perfect masks here at chatsports.com/Eagles mask. They got some new ones, right? They got the solo mask. You can also get the solo mask with the new face cover or the new neck cover overall. They come in a bunch of different varieties. I call them flavors. The Carson Wentz one, for instance. If I was going to go to an Eagles game this year, I would pick up one of these masks. That way I'm not just wearing some generic one. I'll be wearing my Eagles jersey, wearing an Eagles hat, and an Eagles mask overall. But I mean, I would go to a game, wouldn't you? I feel like everyone would. Let me know what you guys think. What are your thoughts on trying to acquire Green Bay Packer running back Jamal Williams? He's physical between the tackles, good pass protection. Drafted A.J. Dillon, blah, blah, blah. Okay. No, I don't understand. I understand people throwing out random trades, but this is just not going to happen. They like their two-horse running back by committee right now in Green Bay, and maybe they do end up trading Jamal Williams. But is Jamal Williams that much better than, say, a Corey Clement? Now, Clement didn't play a lot last year due to injury, but it's not like Jamal Williams in his 107 carries or 460 yards and 1 touchdown was super special last year. I trust the Eagles running back depth. I think Boston Scott is going to be fine in between the tackles. Corey Clement's a physical runner. Elijah Holyfield, Adrian Killings, Michael Warren, whoever it is, I think they're fine. I would not worry about it at all. Big Play Slay says if Jim Caldwell one day just wakes up and trades Yannick, you think we'll get him? And what do you think we'll offer to the table for Yannick? Man, we talked about Yannick forever ago, and he's kind of been been silent. I know that Yannick did fire his agent, so that could tell you something. He wants to be traded, and the current agent couldn't do it. So would the Eagles be an option? Yeah, I think he would want to play in Philadelphia. It'd probably be at the trade deadline. Would Philly pull the trigger? Sure, but I wouldn't give up a first-round draft pick. I'd do a second or a third. That's the most that I would give up. Jim Caldwell actually was asked about Yannick in a press conference the other day, and he said, quote, as far as the Yannick situation goes, I think you'd have to talk to him. I'm very cautious of speaking for him. He's earned the right to do what's best for him and his family. I'm going to defer any of his future questions to him and try to keep our conversation between he and I. So I have no idea. I mean, I thought it was going to happen around the draft, in the offseason. It didn't. It looks like he's probably going to end up being a Jaguar, at least to start the year. And then if Philly pulls the trigger, just don't spend anything more than a first-round draft pick. If they were to get Yannick, we'd, of course, cover it here as we cover everything regarding the Philadelphia Eagles. So go ahead and subscribe to Philadelphia Eagles now, because the day it happens, our video goes up and I'm breaking it down. So if you like my breakdowns on our videos, then go ahead and subscribe. Final question here. We're running out of time. Nick says, do you think Kayvon Wallace will take a starting spot this year? No, I think Jalen Mills is going to hold down the fort. I mean, listen, him and Rodney McLeod are practicing as if they're going to be the two starters, and they probably will. And I think Mills, with his safety experience at LSU, is proven to be able to fill the role that Malcolm Jenkins left behind. Can Kayvon Wallace fill that spot? Yeah, he was really good at Clemson. He's one of the reasons why Philadelphia spent a higher draft pick on him. Could he start at some point this year? Maybe, but I trust Jalen Mills. I think Mills is going to be just fine. I would go with Mills and McLeod there as the two safeties, and then, of course, Darius Slay, Sidney Jones, and Devontae Maddox as your three cornerbacks, one, of course, being the nickel guy. There you go. Ultimately, out for today here on Philadelphia Eagles Now. This fun mailbag video. Really good questions. Good job, guys. Great questions today. Hopefully, you got yours answered. If not, we do these every single week, so stay tuned for that one.